Hello everyone, Jules here. Today I'd like to show quite a quirky deck, tarot deck, that was published at the end of last year in 2020. That is Tarot Cats by Juan. This was published by Fournier at the end of last year in 2020. Here is the box. It has the Magician on the cover. And I really like this deck. I was very interested in getting this deck because I really like the artwork of Juan. So you can tell by the box that it's really original art. And I like to describe these cats as felines with cattitude, because they are not your average cats. There's quite a feeling of atmosphere in the artwork, and it's a really quirky deck, so I really quite like it. So here's the box, and this has scenic pips. There were a lot of Fournier decks in previous years that were made with non-scenic pips, more of Marseille style, but in more recent years, in the last couple of years, Fournier is now publishing decks with scenic pips. The cardstock is reasonable. It's quite good. Sometimes the Fournier cardstock is a little bit thin, slightly thin, a little bit like the average Los Scarabeo deck. But this cardstock seems to be a bit sturdier. It's a little bit better. So here are the backs with the cats. They have reversible use because the back of the cards is reversible. There are no meanings for the particular deck in the little white book. Fournier usually provides a very generic little white book that is not specific to the deck. It's just a little white book that comes with every Fournier deck in regard to tarot in general. So there is no little white book for this, but it's fairly self-explanatory. It's a kind of deck, because it's got the scenic pips, you don't really need a little white book specifically for this deck. Okay, you've got your usual suits here, and I'm just going to show the cards that I particularly like. So here is the Fool. So the cards are numbered, but they also have the title at the bottom of the card. So here is the Fool. And the cats are usually mostly coloured grey in the deck, but there are other bits of colour in the deck, as you can see. So that's the Fool. And it also has the Spanish name for the deck beside the English title, because Fournier is a Spanish card company. Here's the High Priestess. So you have Roman numerals at the top. But the title is on the card anyway. Just love this High Priestess card. And I love the expressions on the faces of the cats. The Empress. I like the way the colouring is done. I think it's quite clever, like the artwork. I really like the Hierophant card. This card particularly shows the Cattitude of the cats. It's kind of got an act of rebellion on here with the two blue cats. Kind of giving an ass up. So I really like this act of defiance for the Hierophant card. Chariot. We've got bluish cats again in this one. Most of the time the cats are grey though. The artwork is just so original. I just love it. Wheel of Fortune. And the cards have got a semi-gloss finish. Here is Strength. It's a very light gloss. I actually like the finish on the card. The cards have got that silky sort of finish. That's Strength. They're fairly standard size. They seem to be just a little bit taller than usual, slightly. And Death. I love this Death card because the cat is wearing a mask, which gives that dark sort of feel. Macabre. Has a macabre sort of feel to the card. The Devil. Really like this Tower card. And I love the solar twins for the sun. Such a unique deck. Judgment. And the World. With the long tail wrapped around the cat. It's very long tail because it goes up to from here to the shoulder. That's the world. Now for some of the minor arcana. We have wands to start with. Ace of Wands. Really like this 9 of Wands, and you can see the Roman numerals are larger on the minor arcana, but it still has the title at the bottom. So 9 of Wands. And the Queen of Wands. I really like this because normally, or very often, especially with the weight rendition, you do normally see a black cat in the Queen of Wands card, and here it is in this one as well. So it's very appropriate. Here's the Queen of Wands. Now for Cups. We have Ace of Cups. Two of Cups. Eight of Cups. Really like this card too. There's a lot of feeling in this card. And the Knight of Cups. I really like this one because the Knight has got a fish bowl on its head. I know some people would probably think it looks a little bit like a astronaut helmet, but to me, I'm fairly certain that is a fish bowl. And there's fish here in the water. So Knight of Cups. Now for Swords. Ace of Swords. Seven of Swords. And I think this is a great Knight of Swords. And now for Pentacles. The Pentacles are interesting because here's the Ace of Pentacles. It looks, I can't quite tell whether this is, it looks a little bit like a cat's eye. So, but then again it also looks like a round bell. So, I'm not quite sure what the pentacles are meant to be. So here is the Ace of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. Just love the expressions on the faces of the cats, and with this one it's got a very wistful expression. I really like this one for the Nine of Pentacles. One of my favourite cards in the deck. And the Queen of Pentacles. So in this card, the pentacle looks like a coin. So it's more like a coin in this card. So it does look like a coin with this card, but it looks like it's depicting a cat's eye on the coin. That may be closer to the truth, to what it actually is. So Queen of Pentacles. So there's some of the cards from Tarot Cats by Juan, published by Fournier, with the Magician on the box. I'm really quite keen on this deck. I think it's so well done, quite original in the way the cards are depicted. The images are really quite unique. So it's a really clever deck, but it's got some depth as well. So it's worth getting for people who want something a bit different. Not only for cat lovers, but for people who would like something a bit different. I do recommend this deck for people who would like to get the deck for those reasons. So that's Tarot Cats, and I'll put some details below the video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.